Hey everybody, it's Kayla Butler, your favorite real estate agent here doing another video. I just wanted to do this video to kind of address some of the things that I know that has stopped people in the past from owning a home. So I know if you read what I wanted to talk about today in the comments, I asked a question. My question is, what's stopping you from owning a home? I want to touch briefly on some of the 4 things that stopped some of my home buyers in the past from buying a home, but I helped them overcome some of those challenges and roadblocks, and I helped them get into a home. So they got their keys, they made it to the finish line, and they accomplished their goal. So in today's video, I want to kind of touch on some of those 4 major things that I kept seeing over and over with some of the buyers that wanted to buy a home, but they were afraid, and I helped them overcome it. I want to touch on those things because I kept seeing it over and over and over again. But before I get started and I touch on some of the 4 things that stop people from buying a house, I just want to ask that you guys please click like and click share on today's video. If you share this video, this may be helpful to a friend of yours or somebody else that may be on your timeline. You guys, please share this video with as many people as you know. This may help somebody that wants to own a home, but they're a little scared or they really don't know where to start. So, you guys, I wanted to say one of the major things that stop people from home ownership is fear. They have the fear, which is false evidence appearing real, that they can't do it, or they're not good enough, or they don't have enough money saved, or they don't have whatever stigmas that they may create in their mind to why they don't own a home. And I'm here to say you'll never know where you're at unless you pick up the phone and you give me a call and you schedule that appointment to meet with me and we go over where you're at. So don't let fear stop you from picking up that phone and giving me a call, because in doing that, you'll be taking the first steps to home ownership and you'll be a lot closer to owning a home than you were before. So you guys, don't allow fear to stop you. I know another big thing that stops people is down payment. They think that they need 20% down. And I'm just here to say that is not absolutely true. You do not have to have 20% down to be able to buy a house. I've heard that so many times, like, oh, don't I need like 20% down? I'm like, no. I know maybe they Googled it or found somebody on YouTube that told them that they needed 20% down. And you guys, I'm just here to say that is not true. You do not need 20% down to be able to buy a house. Sometimes you can buy a house with absolutely no down payment at all. And sometimes there's programs out here that will contribute to your down payment. So you don't have to come out of pocket at all in the lines of a down payment. So in order to know if you qualify for 100% financing or down payment assistance or getting grants towards your down payment, you have to pick that phone up. You have to call me. You have to schedule your appointment, and we have to see where you are. You have to do what I like to call it, a home buyer's checkup. So, you know, like when you go to the doctor and the doctor checks up on you and it tells you where you're at, you know, health-wise, you have to sit down, you have to meet with me, your favorite real estate agent, and we have to go over where you are home buying wise so that we know what to do to be able to get you where you need to be to get those keys in your hand. This one, you guys, this 3rd thing that I want to discuss is major. So many people back out from being able to buy a home because of this one thing right here. And I know it's a daunting word sometimes for some people, which is credit. They think that credit, them just having a low credit score, you may have checked your credit score on like one of those outside sources, those websites, and it told you what your score was, and you're nowhere close to being able home ownership wise to be able to buy a house with the credit score you have. If that is the case, don't let that stop you from picking up the phone to call me. You guys, you want to pick up the phone, you want to call me no matter what your credit score is. And if you just don't know what your credit score is, allow me to have one of my lenders to pull your credit score at no charge to you. So we can see exactly what a lender would see when it's time to qualify you credit score wise to see what it needs to be able to to buy a house. You guys, if you're not credit ready yet, I did partner with a woman named Dorothea Bernique. She has her own organization where she helps home buyers rebuild their credit. She is really, really good. So she is one of the people that I've partnered with, so that if my buyers aren't ready to be able to buy a house yet because of their credit score, you guys, she's just great at getting you where you need to be. So don't let credit stop you. If you feel like you're not there yet, you can sit down with me. We can have your credit pulled. Maybe you only have a few things that you might need to change or switch up, as far as paying down a credit card, paying your bills on time every month. It could be little small things that may need to be adjusted to bring that score up so that you can be where you need to be. So you guys, you'll never know where you need to be again unless you call me. You have to call me. You have to allow me to get one of my lenders to pull your credit report and let's see where you're at, so that we can know what you need to do to be able to buy a house. But you guys, you have to be willing to take the step to get there. Another thing that kind of scares buyers off, or potential buyers, is closing costs. They classify that together with the down payment. They think that they need the money for the closing costs as well as the down payment, and they're like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna come up with all this money? But you guys, I'm really good at negotiating on the behalf of my clients to getting them the closing costs needed to be able to buy a house. But again, you won't know where you're at. I'm going to keep saying this until it clicks. But you won't know where you're at unless you meet with me and we go over those things and we see exactly where you're at. But again, you guys, I didn't want to make this video long. I wanted to make it short, sweet, and to the point. And if one of these 4 things, or if all of the 4 things are some of the things that are stopping you from buying a house, just pick up that phone and give me a call. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let the down payment stop you. Don't let credit scores stop you. Don't let closing costs stop you, because I can come in and I can show you what you need to do to be prepared. Because sometimes, you may think you know, but you don't. But I can help you get there. So take massive action. Pick up the phone today. Give me a call and let's schedule that appointment. Or you can always email me and say in the subject line, I want to buy a house. And we will schedule that appointment and we will go over what you need to do to be able to buy a house. So you guys, don't let fear, don't let down payment, don't let your credit score or closing cost stop you from being a homeowner. I want to see you accomplish that goal of owning a house in 2018. But you got to pick up that phone and you got to call me. So I hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.